Hey guys, welcome back to You Sure Talk a Lot. Coming at you from Japan. It's day 4 on my Japan trip. So I just wanted to give you a little update. I'm actually staying in a hostel, which is interesting. I'm actually sitting outside the hostel right now. So I feel a little self-conscious, but I guess I need to get over that if I'm going to be a legit real YouTuber, right? All right. So I flew into Narita Airport 4 days ago and I stayed in a normal hotel in Narita and explored an amazing temple complex there. Could have spent an entire day there in this huge temple complex. It was probably 40 acres, ancient trees and tons of temples, some of which are over 1,000 years old. It was really freaking cool, right? But then I came into Tokyo the next morning, and I've been in Tokyo for 3 full days, and it's been mostly raining. Today's the first day it's actually not raining. You can see there's an umbrella rack over here. One of those umbrellas in there is actually mine. But today it's not raining and it's nice. As I'm on a fitness journey, and it's been difficult here and flying. You got to deal with airplane food and airport food and lots of sitting when you're doing a long haul flight. I actually left out of Los Angeles and flew to Honolulu and did one night in Waikiki at a Marriott, which was interesting. And then left again the next morning and did the long haul flight, not too long, only 8 hours, in business class with the full flat seats all the way from Honolulu into Narita. And then, like I said, I stayed one night in Narita and then now 3 days in Tokyo. I've got about 4 more days before I'm at it. So I'm staying in a hostel, as I mentioned, for two reasons primarily. One, to save a little bit of money because Tokyo is expensive. The hotels start at about 150 bucks a night. And while I can't afford it, anywhere I can save money a little bit, I'm all for that. And I also wanted to push my comfort zone a little bit, get out of my usual mode. I thought by staying in a hostel, which is more like bunk beds in an open dorm room, it's mixed gender here. Oh, my first night in Tokyo was in a different hostel. It was very rigid and systemic. They gave you an electronic wristband that opened all the elevators and the doors, and they had machines like to check in and out. It was very modern and very clean. They're very heavy on the rules. In fact, one of the rules is if you're tattooed, you can't use the shower room. So it's like a group shower room, and they had a group bath. Japanese custom says if you're tattooed, you're not supposed to show that. I didn't agree with the rule and I kind of played stupid and ignored it a little bit, but that's just how they do things here. So I didn't like that. But then the next night I moved to this place called Obi Hostel, and it's right in the heart of Tokyo. And it's much more chill, but it's not as clean. It's more dense. There's bags and suitcases everywhere. People don't honor rules about noise and cleanliness quite as much, but the staff is cool. They have a little cafe. And I chose this one because it has a really good gym, a very compact gym. It's small and only it's split up into 2 floors, like a cardio room with a few machines and an open area for yoga on the second floor. And then up on the third floor is actually all machines and free weights. And you can only get about 30 people in there most. I was trying to do some kettlebell swings and was kind of running out of room there. Anyway, but I chose this one because of the gym. So I'm trying to use the gym and I'm walking a lot. I got in 15,000 steps yesterday. Taking trains, of course, I'm not walking everywhere, but just to go around and see things, you got to do a lot of walking. And that's the whole methodology I've chosen for getting rid of visceral fat, body fat, and it's working. But I'm not eating as clean here, which is a bummer. Trying having lots of like little canned sardines and yogurts and string cheese and protein milk. There's a grocery store actually. Let me turn around right here. It's called Fresco. Don't know if you can see that. Good selection and a lot of fermented foods, which I'm afraid to try. It's a very traditional Japanese market and it's pretty cheap. So I can get small things from over there for lunch. But they serve breakfast here, which is included. So I'm taking advantage of that and going out with dinners, lots of rice, udon. So I am allowing some carbs. I've tried not to do any sugar or carbs lately, but you just can't be super strict when you're traveling. Yeah, lots of people going by looking at me funny. Maybe I'm breaking some kind of cultural custom by YouTubing in public. I don't know. Japan's a very reserved society. Anyways, so I'm controlling my intake and trying to limit sugar and carbs in some ways, like at lunch when I can just buy from the Fresco grocery store. Like I just had lunch. I had 2 breaded chicken patties, which is like $1.50, maybe $2. Food's really affordable here for the most part in stores. And I bought some sardines and some canned beef, which sardines are good here. I had some sardines in miso broth yesterday. That was interesting. And yeah, just little getting my protein from like non-fat or unsweetened yogurt, like Greek yogurt, which they have in the store, and protein milk and just things like that. But going out to dinners and just everything, it's like meat. You can get like sliced chicken or pork or beef on top of udon with an egg and rice. So I'm allowing myself a little bit of carbs. And obviously, I can't track my macros or anything like that while I'm traveling. I'm just doing it as good as I can. In between using the gym here at this hostel and walking everywhere, hopefully I'm burning some calories and keeping my weight in check. If I can at least maintain my weight without losing muscle, without getting any fatter, that will be good enough, because in 5 or 6 days, I'll be flying to the Philippines for 2 months and staying more long-term, and I can get in more of a routine and pay more attention to the macros and calorie counts. Oh, one of the other challenges, all the foods in the store are in Japanese. So I have to rely on my phone and using Google Translate and using my camera. So I take that in, I turn on the camera, and I use Google Translate to take photos essentially of the food packaging and to figure out what things are, because sometimes there's no English on the packaging at all. And sometimes you can get it wrong. They've got weird like octopus and crab cakes that are like formed into things that look like string cheese, and you think you're picking up string cheese. It's definitely not that. So Google Translate has been a lifesaver for sure. Anyway, I'm having a good time. I'm going to enjoy the next few days here and continue just trying to stay fit, stay healthy. I did some yoga and treadmill today, just about 2 hours ago. Took a shower, then came down here and filming my first YouTube video here for this channel. And I'm also going to do another video for my main channel, Solo Homesteader, in just a few minutes after I'm done with this one. It's more about my first impressions of Japan overall. But it's a very safe city. It's busy and it's sprawling and massive. Everyone is polite and well-behaved, and it's clean and it's quiet generally. There's no thugs. There's nobody threatening looking, like congregating on the street like in other major cities like New York. There's no crime to speak of. People don't even lock up their bikes here unless it's maybe really expensive. There's one right here that is locked up. I don't know if you can see that, but most of them, they don't even bother. And I'm trying to be conscious of security in the hostel because it's just like a bunk bed situation. I've got a lower bunk, and if someone wanted to, they could definitely go inside and take whatever crap you have in there. So they provide lockers, which I'm using for valuables like my laptop and money. But yeah, anyway. So just enjoying my time and getting used to the hostel environment. And I did that to finish that thought, not only to save money, but just to do something different that is out of the ordinary for me. And I thought it'd be a good way to meet people and socialize. But honestly, a lot of the people staying here are actually Japanese and don't really speak English. The staff speaks a little bit, and certainly there are some Europeans and foreigners here that do speak some English. But for the most part, everyone's either keeping to themselves, like in their bunk. There's a little bit of socializing going in the lounge area. They have a little cafe and lounge area. But I'm not like, it's not like I'm hooking up with groups of young people who are going out to party and they're like, hey, old man, come party with us or anything like that. So it was not super effective in that regard, socializing. But it is taking me out of my comfort zone, and it does make me appreciate normal hotels a little bit more. When I get back to one a few nights from now, a normal hotel that is, I will be more appreciative of the privacy and the comforts. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I will keep doing little brief updates here from Japan. And of course, when I get to Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam, which is all the places I'm going over the next 6 months. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So long.